This is Kevalashtakam, and we have begun by first verse, that is Madhuram Madhure Byopi. Today we will continue. So as usually, in first I will speak in English, and then I'll speak in Telugu, and then Raghunath Puridas Prabhu will translate in Hindi. So we can change back and forth if you require based on time. So yesterday we have discussed about how it is Madhuram Madhure Bhyopi. Now today we will discuss about Mangalebhyopi Mangalam, Pavanebhyopi Pavanam, Pavanam Pavanebhyopi. Okay, so we'll just go through the words again. I'll just share the screen and I'll give you a recap of what we have done yesterday. So Madhuram Madhurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam, Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Harer Nameva Kevalam. Eva and Kevalam, certainly and only. Holy name is everything. So how it is? More sweet than all other sweet things, more auspicious than all other auspicious things, the greatest purifier of all purifying things. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. So yesterday we have seen that how Srila Rupa Goswami gives an example of Tunde Tandavani. It is so sweet that he wants more and more tongues and more ears. And we actually cannot imagine about that because the sweetness of holy name is so much that a devotee has fervent, longing to chant. And we have also seen that, the example of Kulashekar Maharaj, where he says about, Tattvam Bruvanani Paramparastan Pravratya Pranjali Rasmi Jivya. So he's actually praying to his tongue that you chant Namani Narayana Gocharani. So by seeing these examples, what we can understand is the holy name is very sweet. Though we have not tasted, but by seeing the longing of those great devotees, exalted devotees, we have to develop more and more interest and sincerity towards it. Now today we will see about how it is Mangalebhyopi Mangalam. So in general, in this material world, what happens is there is a cross purpose working between what we like and what is beneficiary. In general, if we see, if we have a very delicious food, very tasty food, then it might not be healthy for us, and what is healthy for us may not be so tasty. In general, our tongue is, it wanted to enjoy the taste, and sometimes the extra masala and extra spices and all we actually enjoy. But when we eat that too much, what will happen? We'll have trouble with our stomach then. And what is healthy, like the fresh vegetables, this juice, that juice and all, we may not feel so much inclined, so much tasty, but that is healthy. So what is delicious may not be healthy, and what is healthy may not be delicious. So this happens in actually material world. So as far as holy name is concerned, it is sweet, and at the same time it is auspicious also. Unlike material things which may seem like initially, let us say, when we start eating our favorite food, okay, then we will start telling it is madhuram 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 and all. But after we eat too much, then we will not say mangalam mangalam, we will say amangalam amangalam, because our stomach will be full, it will be upset, and it will be bloated, and we will start feeling uneasy. So even if we start eating what we like too much, then what will happen? Our stomach will get upset. So the madhuram will actually not convert into mangalam, but it will convert into amangalam. But as far as holy name is concerned, it is sweet in present, it is auspicious in present, and it is always auspicious for future also. Because why? Because this holy name, the chanting of holy name, gives us the liberation from this material miseries. It gives us the liberation from this whole material existence. With this same harinam, we can actually go beyond this world and go back home, back to Godhead. You know, that much auspiciousness it brings. Now the liberation from material existence is definitely a great benefit that it can give, but what it gives more than that is the liberation to love Krishna. That liberation today we do not have. We have so many longings for different things, and what this holy name can give, so much auspiciousness that it can liberate us so that we can love Krishna. So when we talk about liberation, liberation means freedom, right? So freedom can be two kinds. One is freedom for, and second is freedom from. So freedom for means, many people think that what is the meaning of freedom means I should be able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do. That is called freedom. Okay. So that is one kind of freedom. But if we keep on doing whatever we want to do, whenever we want to do, what happens is over a period of time, this material indulgence, what it will do, it will actually entangle us and it will trap us. People who are addicted, they initially started by thinking that, I have the freedom to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do. But over a period of time, what will happen is this addictions will trap us so much, it enslaves us so much that, even after some time, let us say for taking an example of an alcoholic, initially they drink alcohol because they think they have freedom and they can enjoy. So initially pleasure will come, by drinking alcohol. But if they keep on drinking alcohol over a period of time, they'll get addicted to that. And after that, even if they don't want to drink, the craving inside their system will be so much that they have to drink. Otherwise, they cannot get rid of this torture. So that craving where we have developed, because we had freedom to indulge in material objects, that actually led us to enslave for that habit. So here what is happening, even if we have freedom, but later what happened, our freedom has gone, we became slaves of our addictions. So this is freedom for. But what is freedom from means, this enslavement what is there for our addictions or for our likings and all, we will actually get liberated from that. So there are two kinds of freedom. One is freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do. The second is freedom from the things that I don't want to do it. Okay, but still I have to do it because of my past habits and all. So what this holy name will give us, it will give us liberation from those clutches also, from those enslavement also. And that is why it is very, very auspicious. So in general, whatever we do in this material world, okay, that may or may not be auspicious, but the more we chant, the more auspiciousness will come. So mangalebhyopi mangalam. There is a beautiful verse, like, when we start to search about the glories of holy name, then there is a verse in Vishnu Dharma Purana which I would like to read out. Hmm. So Kirtanat Deva Devasya Vishnor Amita Tejasaha Yaksha Rakshasa Vetala Bhuta Preta Vinayakaha Dakinyo Vidravanti Smaye Tathanye च हिंसकः सर्वनार्थहरं तस्य नाम संकीर्तनं स्मृतं नाम संकीर्तनं कृत्वा क्षुत्रि प्रक्षालितादिषु वियोगं शीघ्रम् आपनोति सर्वनार्थिर्न संशयः. So what is telling is Lord Vishnu is infinitely powerful, and by simply chanting his name and glories, one can drive away monsters, demons, evil spirits, ghosts, disembodied souls, witches, and all other similar beings, putting an end to all of his suffering. The chanting of the holy name of Lord Hari Krishna destroys all inauspiciousness and dangers such as hunger, thirst, confusion, and so on. There is no doubt about this. So this we also experience when we chant, somehow the clarity actually emerges. A lot of confusions, whatever is there, everything actually goes away. Even when we hear about, Parikshit Maharaj has heard the Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days, 7 nights, and he was not hungry, he was not thirsty also, because he was just drinking the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is the glories of the holy name. You know, we will never have any kind of inauspiciousness. Whatever inauspiciousness is there in our life as of now, maybe because of this problem, that problem, because of that living being, this living being, all that inauspiciousness will actually go away when we chant the holy name. So this is Mangale Bhyopi Mangalam. Now, when this kind of Mangalam will come, when we chant, right? And today we don't find it Madhuram because our purification is not happening, right? So the next line what it says is that Pavanam Pavanebhyopi. So now we don't have sweetness because we don't have purification. So purification means in one sense that we start focusing on what is pure rather than what is impure. Today, because we do not have proper purification, we don't have proper sadhana, what will happen is so many impure things also we actually focus on. Material indulgence is an impure thing, we still focus on that and we get attracted to that, we get distracted because of them. So when purification starts, what will happen, our focus will shift from the impure things to the pure things. and also it changes our definition of happiness. So when we are not pure, when we are like, completely, material conscious, what will happen is our definition of happiness will be, if I get this position, I will be happy. If I get this position, I will be happy. If this happens to me, then I will be happy. If that happens to me, then I will be happy. So most of the time, positions and possessions actually makes us feel like we can become happy. So the definition of happiness actually alters when we start chanting holy name. Now we will start feeling like, serving Krishna is the most happiest thing. Serving the devotees is the most happiest thing. Reading scriptures, chanting the holy name. So these are the things which actually brings me happiness. So our definition for happiness actually changes when we start chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So even some of us can experience right now also. Earlier, maybe 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years back, whatever desires we had, thinking that the fulfillment of those desires will bring me happiness, today we will feel like, no, no, not those desires can bring me happiness. Now our shift has happened from material desire to spiritual desires. So purity is a state, okay, but purification is a process. Now this holy name is very pure, and it is also the purifier. In this material world we can find so many pure things like, pure gold or pure diamond and all, but they actually cannot purify others. The purification process will be different. But here what holy name does is it is pure, and it is also the means to purify us. So there can be many other things. The deities of Krishna is the manifestation of Krishna. Scriptures are there like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. They are also non-different from Krishna. They also can purify us. When we go to dhams, okay, the pilgrimages and all, there also we can actually get purification. So there are dhams, scriptures, and Krishna deities. All are there to purify us. But out of all this also, holy name is the topmost purifier. Why? Because even to have the darshan of the deities, we have to go to the temple. We have to travel some distance. Even to read scriptures, we need to have some intelligence, some effort we have to put. Even to go to the dhams, we have to spend some Lakshmi, and we have to take out the time, we have to travel. So all this has some hurdles, but holy name is always with us. Wherever we go, we can actually chant the holy name. There is no restriction, no one can stop us unless our own mind, but no other external hurdle will be there to chant the holy name. And the more we chant wherever we are, actually the purification will start happening. So pavanam pavanebhyopi, out of all the purifying things, the holy name is the topmost purifier. Now we will try to see a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam in the 6th canto, 2nd chapter, 46th verse. What it says is, नातः परं कर्म निबन्धकृन्तनं मुमुक्षतां तीर्थपादानुकीर्तनात् न यत् पुनः कर्मसु सज्जते मनो रजस्तमोभ्यां कलिलं ततोऽन्यथा. So it says that therefore one who desires freedom from material bondage should adopt the process of chanting and glorifying the name, fame, form, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at whose feet all the holy places stand. One cannot derive the proper benefit from other methods such as pious atonement, speculative knowledge, and meditation in mystic yoga, because even after following such methods, one takes to fruitive activities again, unable to control his mind, which is contaminated by the base qualities of nature, namely passion and ignorance. So other processes also can give little purification, but there is a chance that we can go back to our old habits. But when we chant the holy name, then it will give us the ultimate purification, and we don't go back to them. And there is another verse in the 12th canto, 12th chapter, the 40th verse, which it says, Sankirtyamano Bhagavan Anantaha Shrutanubhavo Vyasanam Hipumsam Pravishya Chittam Vidhunotyashesham Yatha Tamurko Bharam Ivati Vataha. So what it says, when people properly glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead or simply hear about his power, the Lord personally enters their heart and cleanses away every trace of misfortune. Just as the sun removes the darkness, or as a powerful wind drives away the clouds. So in our heart, we have so many clouds of material desires, the tendency to indulge into material objects. So what will happen? The holy name will come and it will actually throw away everything. Because of that, the purification will happen. And when the purification happens, we will get liberated from all this material desires, and we'll be left with only one desire, that we want to love Krishna and we want to serve Krishna. So this much this holy name can do. So it is Madhuram Madhurebhyopi. It is sweet and it is Mangalebhyopi Mangalam. So it brings auspiciousness not only in present but also in the future. What is that auspiciousness? It actually liberate us so much that we get the liberation, we get the freedom to love Krishna. And then it is pavanam pavane bhyopi. There can be different processes for purification, but holy name is so pure, and it is the best means to purify us, and it can be always available with us, even without any great effort or great amount of resources. We can chant the holy name wherever we want and wherever we go. So like this it is mangalebhyopi mangalam pavanebhyopi pavanam, and Harer Nameva Kevalam. It is certainly and only means the holy name is everything.